Sometimes it's hard to see past the facade, see the truth and what you love for what it really is. For over 30 years now, Major League Soccer has been this beacon of soccer entertainment, culture, talent pipeline, and controversy across the United States. A sport loved around the world, done the American way, the American take on how a sports club should be ran, a game should be played, and so forth. But this leaves many asking the question, what's more important? Money and profits, or talent, growth, and entertainment? Ask a European soccer fan about Major League Soccer, and you'll likely hear one of these three things. It's a retirement league, it's a selling league, it's just a stepping stone for a better league. Are there truth to these claims, or is Major League Soccer just one of the most misunderstood leagues across the globe? Today, we're really going to try to answer most of those things. And now, despite what you may have heard, Major League Soccer has the receipts to prove its growth. In 2023, the league saw over 10 million fans in attendance, surpassing France's Ligue 1. Inter Miami, thanks in large part to Lionel Messi's arrival, quickly became one of the most valuable soccer franchises in the world, selling $270 million worth of Messi jerseys in only a few months. Then there is that Apple TV deal, worth $2.5 billion, giving Major League Soccer one of the most innovative streaming partnerships in sports history. Whether people want to admit it or not, Major League Soccer is making money moves that many leagues envy. So clearly, with all of its faults, they have done something right in its 30-plus years, right? One of the biggest knocks on MLS is that it's a selling league, a place where young players with talent develop before moving on to Europe. But let's be real. Isn't that what some of the best leagues in the world do? Brazil and Argentina have spent decades producing world-class talent, selling them to top European clubs, and no one disrespects them for it. But Major League Soccer has now joined the global talent pipeline, developing players like Alphonso Davies, Tyler Adams, and Pepe, to just name a few. Instead of being an isolated league where careers go to stagnate, Major League Soccer is now a proven launchpad for talent. The difference? When Brazil sells a player, it's called smart business. When Major League Soccer does it, critics say it's a sign of weakness. While we are here on the topic, the retirement league tagline has gotten so stale over the past decade. While it does still have some truth, it isn't fair for the league to be dubbed a worldwide nursing home. When teams like Inter Miami brought in names like Messi, Suarez, and Busquets, sure, go ahead and make your jokes. But don't pretend for even a moment that these are the only talented players in the league. You gotta look past that, as this group of players are still yet to hoist the MLS Cup as of 2025, although we all do know it's coming. But now in 2024, the LA Galaxy won the cup behind the talents of Riqui Puig, who left Barcelona just before his 23rd birthday, and Gabriel Peck, who was also only 23 at the time of that cup. It's hard to forget about the other top talents in Major League Soccer, all over a decade younger than Inter Miami's dream team too. Dennis Boanga of LAFC is only 27 years old and is one of, if not the most exciting player to watch on the pitch. Perhaps only second to the 26-year-old who just got traded to Cincy, the maestro, Evander. Don't think I forgot to mention 21-year-old USMNT Diego Big Balls Luna either. The point that I'm trying to make is this league isn't just a retirement league. We have that young talent, but they're just overshadowed by critics and those Euro snobs. Listen, let's be real. Can you name and throw 10 fossils at me who play in this league? Sure. I'm not denying that for a moment. But what I'm saying is I can also name 10 young studs to throw right back at you. We titled this video, The Sad Truth About Major League Soccer. So what is the sad truth exactly? So the biggest issue is promotion relegation, and this has been an argument that has been tossed around since really the dawn of the league. And, if you are for it or against it, you have to understand how much not having it really holds back this league. And this league, while currently ranked 9th in the world, hoorah, will never be a top league unless ProRel is implemented into our system. See, the issue is this is not going to happen. People love to look at the USL and compare it and come up with tactics and theories on how these leagues can merge and create some ProRel system together. But you got to remember, the owners of these big clubs will never allow this to happen. big money expansion teams keep joining Major League Soccer for massive buy in fees, making it more of an exclusive club than a merit based system. These owners don't want to lose a goddamn dime. And after all, money talks. See, Major League Soccer runs on this closed system, right? Meaning no matter how bad a team is, they're never going to get relegated. This has led to some franchises, I'm looking at you, Chicago, spending years at the bottom without real consequences. In most soccer leagues worldwide, the best teams from lower divisions can move on up, while the worst teams in the top division, well, they get relegated. This keeps things competitive, you could say, forces clubs to stay ambitious, and prevents the dead weight, still looking at you, Chicago, teams from coasting along. This is an American concept, and American sports culture and the beautiful game seem to bump heads quite often. Now, in 2022, a fan survey by The Athletic found that 68% of Major League Soccer fans actually support Pro Rel, believing it would bring more excitement and competitiveness. Who would have thought? Without it, sadly, we're stuck with the same teams year in, year out. It's not just a system, it's a shackle holding Major League Soccer back from its true soccer evolution. We have a system of American soccer where we feel owners and the league as a whole only really care about the profits that they see. So a losing season, hell, a last place season year after year will still be profitable. There's no reason for these owners to strive and do better without a promotion relegation system. Now, let's not forget those early years of Major League Soccer when it was still trying to take risks. Look back at this 1990s American take on, well, the penalty shootouts, for example. Watch. You see, it's way more fun, exciting, and it's definitely how can I say this nicely? A creative approach. However, this was just seen as opposite. This was something that Europeans looked at and really found themselves pondering why they would ever take this league serious. It looked comical, it looked cringy, and even though maybe over here we thought it was cool, across the globe, people did not like this. Now, this wasn't the only thing that didn't last in this league. Remember when teams had exciting names before the whole European name stealing identity crisis? Ah, yes. Remember when teams had fun names like the Clash, the Rapids, Miami Fusion? Names like the Dallas Burn is what made Major League Soccer our league. It was fun, and it was just how we do sports over here. But the name changing to FC Dallas and expansion names like NYCFC or Inter Miami, for example, just shows weakness and insecurity. Pick an identity. Why do we have football clubs in a country where we say soccer? We have a whole video titled Why Europeans Hate Major League Soccer, and that dives into this a little bit more. But now, essentially, the point that we're trying to make is Major League Soccer is just always going to struggle to grow if it keeps shooting itself in the foot like this. The salary cap has to raise so drastically for the league to continue to impress and bring in some more big names. The Apple TV deal does so many things right, but does more wrong, it seems, at times by dividing the current and future potential fan base over a fucking subscription pay-to-watch price. Believe me, I was stunned to actually see a Major League Soccer Super Bowl commercial. So I'm hopeful for the future, but Major League Soccer has to pick an identity and what they value more. Do you want to see the league and talent grow, or do you just want to see profits in a stagnating league?